Now it's your turn to solve an equation that has a variable expression inside a square root. Stop this video, take a moment to write out your answers to these problems in your lecture outline packet, and then turn the video back on to check your answers. The equation we have here is 3 plus the square root of the expression 5v plus 1 equal to 9. The key to solving this will be to isolate that radical expression and then square each side since we have a square root, and that'll allow us to continue solving. So let's get started. We have 3 plus the square root of 5v plus 1, and that's all equal to 9. So again, the first thing that I want to do is isolate this radical expression, that square root of the expression 5v plus 1. To do that, I'm going to subtract 3 from each side. So I'll have 3 plus the square root of 5v plus 1. I'll subtract 3 from that side, and then on the right side I have 9, and I'll subtract 3 from that side as well. This will leave me with the square root of 5v plus 1 on the left, and it will leave me with 6 on the right. Now that I have that radical expression isolated, I want to get at that variable that's inside it, and to do so I'll need to square each side. So I'll take the square root of 5v plus 1, I will square it, and then I will do the exact same thing to the right side. So I'll take that 6 and I'll square it. On the left side, I have the square root of 5v plus 1. That expression is squared, so it just gives me 5v plus 1. I've taken the square root, I've squared it, I'm left with what's inside that radical. On the right side, I have 6 squared, which will simplify down to 36. From here, I just have a linear equation. So I want to solve for v. I have 5v plus 1 equal to 36. The first thing I'll do is isolate that 5v, so I'll subtract 1 from each side, and that will give me 5v equal to 35. To finish solving for v, we can divide each side by 5, and we'll just get v equal to 7. Note that the instructions say to formally check your solution. This is a critical step, as we're not only checking if we made a mathematical error, but we're also checking to see if there are any extraneous or false solutions. So to check, we'll go to the original equation, and we'll replace v with 7. So we have 3 plus, then we'll take that square root, and we're going to have 5 times 7 plus 1, all inside that square root. We're checking if that's equal to 9. Simplifying through, we're going to have 3 plus, and then I'm first going to simplify what's inside that square root. That's just determined by the order of operations. So inside that square root, I have 5 times 7 plus 1. That becomes 35 plus 1 inside the square root. Still checking if that's equal to 9. Simplifying one step further, I'll get 3 plus, and then inside that square root, I'll have 36 when I add 35 and 1. Checking if that's equal to 9. And at this next step, I can see that the square root of 36 is simply 6. So I'll have 3 plus 6, and indeed that equals 9. So now I can state that solution set. The proposed solution was 7, and it checked. So I'll write that my solution set contains the number 7, and I write that with a 7 between 2 curly braces.